up, fam? It's your boy Mr. Luke Evan Brooks here. We're up here driving. Hopefully y'all can see what I'm doing. We'll tilt the camera down so y'all can talk to me. So we are traveling through Texas, heading to North Carolina. So you goes, Luke, how long is that gonna take? That's gonna take about 19 hours to get there. And I'm gonna do the whole 19? No, sir, I'm not gonna do the whole 19. We're gonna dial down to maybe 9 hours of driving, and then take the rest in home, you know, and it's all good. Hey, Justin, how you doing? So we on the road here. Just wanted to talk to y'all guys. Yesterday I was tired. I'm not gonna lie, I was exhausted just traveling, and I think it's because I didn't have enough water in my system. So now I'm out here. I'm in this past Midland, Texas, and seeing all these oil rigs and stuff. And what I'm thinking about is that we're seeing the past, going through time, seeing the past. And that's how 9 to 5 jobs are about to be. 9 to 5 jobs are about to be gone. Now I know you say, that's crazy, Luke, what do you mean? This new generation that's coming up, these millennials or whatnot, and then after, they're not looking at the typical, I give you 30 years of my life, and you beat me down, and then I get a little check, or whatever it is for my retirement to keep going on for the rest of my life. That's not happening. And I noticed that with the military. I noticed that with a lot of guys who are just like, you know what, I only came here for education, and technically I don't need education based off what I'm seeing now. And I'm not saying that's true. I think college education is smart to have as far as getting a degree or whatnot, but what I do not like is that you have to pay sums of money for a piece of paper and then come into the job market, right? And not get the job that you went to school for, or you have to wait years and years and years. And I tell you my story. When I came out of school, I had 2 degrees. I had business management and business marketing. And with that in mind, I basically thought I was supposed to get a $50,000 job, you know, starting off like entry level, blah, blah. No, mine is $20,000. I'm probably making $30,000. Working temp job. I didn't really get into what I was doing technically until I started working at AT&T, and then, you know, dealing with sales and stuff. But you didn't need a degree for that. So don't let them fool you on that, you know, because then you got all this debt. And I know some friends now, they're still paying off their stuff, and that's been like 20 years ago, and it's not fun. And now, on top of that, paying back your loans starts next month. So I don't know if you're aware of that. For the folks staying in the United States, they did not do any debt forgiveness. So people will tell you, oh, it's forgiven, it's not forgiven. That stuff starts back up again, and you can't write it off. So guys, like I was saying, these kids are getting hip to it. They're looking around, and my nephew's one of those kids, and he's like, I'm not trying to work a 9 to 5 job. I try to explain it to my mom. I say, in this age and group, you can use your cell phone, you can use a computer, you can live that true light talk style where you don't have to be restricted to go punch a clock in to make money. It depends on how hungry you want it to be. I was picking with some of my friends in another group. I was like watching an old David Cronenberg movie called Shivers. And the movie basically was a parasite that was making people hypersexual, and they wanted to have nothing but love. They were hungry for it. Like, it was like a disease. And I was thinking about, it's just like, I remember the old woman in the movie, she heard the waiter who's serving the food on the cart. He's nervous because he's got to go up here, but he's not going to her room. He's walking by her room, and she hears the plates moving, and she opened it. She's like, I'm hungry. He looked at her like, okay. He said, I'm hungry for love. And she just snatched his ass and knocked him out and dragged him into the room. That's how we got to be when it comes to making our money. We got to be so hungry, like having hungry pains. We have to be able to go out and go get what's ours. Now, does it require you to have different types of platforms to make money? Yeah, it could be. You might have one thing that can make you money, but I always tell you, do not rely on one source of income. If anything, if you are working a 9 to 5 job right now, you need to be able to start using some of the money that you're getting from your job and start getting that business assets. You need to get an EIN. You need to get an LLC. You need to go ahead and try to generate a website, get you a business address, and all those things that you need to have to define yourself away from your personal items. I tell people this all the time, to be smart when it comes to using your money wisely. Like for me, I'm going to Bahrain. A lot of people are like, hey, you're going to get cash. You go blow it. No, not blow it. Use it. Use it as a tool, because it's three things that you can do with money. You can go ahead and use it to, like they say, go blow it, buy the latest stuff, Nike shoes, Marty suits, all the other stuff that you want to get. You can save it, put it in a bank, save it, or you can use it as an investment tool. Now, I'm going to go back on the savings for the military personnel. If you're over there in the Middle East or heading over there, the one thing I will point out to you that they do have a high interest saving plan. You can do that, and they do yield 10%, but it's only while you're over there. It's not like, hey, I want to set up, I'm living in the United States or whatever. I'm living in Hawaii, you know, it's CONUS. It's kind of like a CONUS or whatever, but no. You got to be in an area where they can give it to you. So that's one way you can do that. Another way is that all that tax-free money that you're supposed to get, you need to create a separate account where you can make that an investment account. So if you're trying to work on your 401k, you're trying to build up your S&P 500, you can start using that money. I know people out there now that are older than me, and they basically been out there almost 3 years just stacking their money, chilling, stacking the money, not blowing it on stuff, paying down things that they need to pay down on. Because it is important to pay down on stuff that is nothing but a headache. If you got credit cards, it's high interest rates. Because like for me, I do have a few credit cards, you know, for running my business and stuff. So when it comes to the beginning of the year, when it's time to pay off taxes, I have a high pay down, basically. Meaning I'm paying down on major items that is just draining me. And when I build up that money, or I build up my credit, you know, that helps you out in the long run. But you can also look at the other side of the coin. If you're looking to do investments, like for me, I have Airbnbs that I'm supposed to be having going on here this month. And then I also, on top of that, I have additionally, I have car rentals. I have an ATM program I'm about to launch here. And I'm telling you guys, you don't want to get caught up in the nonsense of just sitting around. 2022 shouldn't just be where you're just starting. You should be finishing up this year. You should be finishing up this year when it comes to setting up your execution plan. Exactly like I said, execution plan. You need to go at it. Say, hey, I want to do this. Make your adjustments. Don't sit there and be like, aim and fire. Fire then aim. I learned that from the success principles, where you see something, right? You want it, go after it. You're going to have to make some adjustments either way you go, but rather than you just try to make all these adjustments, like you're about to go to the moon and you want to land right here at this ocean on the moon, get to the moon. You can always say, okay, we can make the adjustments on the fly. But a lot of us don't want to do it. A lot of us might be afraid. A lot of us might get scared to talk to our friends and stuff. And I was telling my partner the other day, I was like, I'm kind of mad at myself because I'm procrastinating. And now once I get back to this next hotel, I got to get some items out from my website. The website should have been done. They said, no, don't say. I said, no, I'll be honest. The toughest critic should be you. You should be like, look, this should have been already done. This should have been already wrapped up. So when I am actually running my business like I'm supposed to, I'm not going through any nonsense, you know. And it's all about that too, because once you start growing, you don't want to sit there and someone say, hey, what's your website? Like for me, when I get home, I gotta go talk to some banks about my ATM business. You know, have all my paperwork together, let them know what I'm doing, you know, let them know, hey, this is what I plan on doing, etc. Because that has to get done before I leave. Like, there's no beating around the bush. When I say leave, as you know, I'm going overseas and I'll be there for a while. And I can't sit around and just be like, well, we do what we do. Like, literally, when I get home, I got to go talk to a bank manager. Talk to a bank manager, find out what products they have. Probably go back to my old bank, because it's a common bank amongst my partners that everyone can get near, because this is going to be regional based for this ATM. And just be like, hey, I am planning on setting up an ATM business, and let them know, hey, this is the game plan. So that way no one's looking around like, what do you mean? Like, no, this is what we plan on doing. Because we already got one business account, already got one business checking account. Now we need another account to be working. All this stuff is coming into play, and all these things needs to be purchased. I already talked to my partners, and that's one thing you have to do. You gotta be, for me, you gotta get around people who are willing to take action too. You can't be around people just sitting there doing this. And I found that out the hard way with some of my partners when I initially started. Originally it was about, let's see, 6 of us. So now it's 3 of us, and then I got other people who are interested